Hey everyone, we're back with some more Genshin Impact. Thank you for joining me today. We're carrying on with the interlude quest, the inversion of Genesis. The Balladeer has done some weird things. He's changed the past or something. Everybody's kind of forgotten him or something. He's erased himself from history, but we're the only ones who remember him. There's a whole thing going on. Oh, we have to go a long way. We have to go way over this way. We're going all the way to Inazuma to figure this one out. Let's go. Yeah, anyway, thanks for spending some time of your day with me, playing some Genshin. I mean, what can be better? Playing video games, just chilling out in the evening, having a good time. I'm having a good time. Okay, here we go, back in Inazuma. Feels like we've been here only just recently, but it's fine. I don't know what is going on with this. He's changed time or something, which is a really strange thing. We didn't think it could be done, but he's done it. But yeah, let's see if we can sort out this mess. Oh yeah, of course. Zutra's Kaz was the quest that we did this. Back again.
It's been a while.
It really hasn't actually. It's been like a couple of episodes. Pardon me, I'd like to ask a question if I may.
Of course. Go ahead.
About the Raiden Gokuden. Could you tell me that story one more time?
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
We were. We watched that one. That's pretty epic.
Oh yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that now.
It's been a couple of days, Paimon. Come on.
We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then too. It seems like such a shame.
What was the reason behind that decline?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
I would expect nothing less at this point.
The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
The legend of the Raiden Gokuden has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. It looks like the Balladeer did something in Irminsul, but it seems Nuba still died.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha recently?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
Phew, so he still exists. And he's the same Kazuha I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared last night. Well, that's all. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon. On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
Okay, it's interesting that some things have changed, but a lot of things still seem as if they have not changed. Right, how far have we got to go? Where's the thing? Okay. Oh, Kamisato Estate, let's go. Yeah, yesterday's episode was quite a long one, but there was not a lot I could cut out from that one, so there was a lot of plot.
This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
And yeah, and it was all pretty important, so it had to be left in.
Traveler, it's been a while.
Hello.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
I must say that voice does not match that character.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Thank you. Well, I'll take you up on that offer. Can we take a walk in the courtyard?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Ma'am, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know?
How are the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato these days?
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Ayato is still the Ashra Commissioner. Ayaka is still the Lady of the House. No changes there. As far as I can see, nothing's changed in the Ashra Commission either. I was expecting as much, but it's still a big relief to know that the Kamisato siblings are both safe and well.
Well, got any more questions?
That's all for now. Many thanks.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that.
Well, we are very busy and important people, so...
Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you.
Oh, stop it.
I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
Tatra Sona.
Great! Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right, then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Oh no! Oh no, Xavier! Oh, I've got to do another quest to unlock that. That is one that we've had for a while. Oh, I can't believe this. Where is that one? Yeah, the purification device. I had a sneaky suspicion when they started talking about that I felt, oh, yeah, we need to go and sort this out. Okay, well, we're going to go and speak to him anyway, so let's go and sort out this this quest. Oh. It's a little bit frustrating when that happens, but it's fine. That's what happens. I need to clear... What I really want to do is clear my entire quest list before starting anything new. But fine. Okay. Let's see what we have to do for this one. I was going to mess up my titles. I was going to title these things in sequence, but it's going to mess things up. Never mind. It'll take a while longer. Have you gathered all the necessary data? It's you. Wonderful. We haven't quite collected all the data we need yet. I believe it will take a little more time. That said, I've taken this opportunity to think about the structure of the emergency purifier. What's that? Is this an emergency measure too? I suppose, although I would hesitate to provide this sort of aid during normal customer service. According to our previous discussions, we must deal with a two-pronged problem, the Fatui and the Tatragami within. I trust we'll be able to deal with the Fatui. My part in this, therefore, is to deal with the Tatragami energy. This emergency purifier is a device that I have had purpose-built for that task. However, I'm going to need your help to complete it. In what way? Here I thought you'd have a more official name. Why, that is its official name, the emergency purifier. Unless you're speaking of its official product number, date of manufacture. Well, since it's a purely emergency device, we don't need such things. We will need some special materials to ensure this device functions smoothly within the Mikage furnace. Mikage. I was saying this wrong before, actually. It's Mikage, isn't it? Crystal marrow, which contains an inert form of Tatragami energy, is an ideal candidate for this task. In truth, the secret of the famed jade steel is that special method is used to add this very material during the forging process to increase the strength of the metal. Yeah, so we have been learning a little bit about this previously. This is what was going on with the forging sort of backstory. Okay, of course, the special method in question is the trade secret. If memory serves, a crystalline ore can be found nearby. Please help me obtain 3 chunks. Now I've got it. Well then, you have my thanks. Remember, it's 3 chunks of crystal marrow. Bring them back once you've got them. Pretty sure I do already have that on me. However, I'm sure I had another quest which required me to get a bunch of... that's archaic stones. Oh yes, 12 chunks of crystal marrow. How much do I actually have? Let me check. Oh, here it is. I have 26 of them, so that's fine. I don't need to go and get any more. And I've got enough for that other quest as well, which we can sort out soon. Do you have those 3 crystal marrow chunks for me? I certainly do. I could have just done that really to find out how many I had, but never mind. There we go. There you go. Thank you, truly. These shall form the basic structure of our device. Now all we need to do is wait for our beacons to collect enough data. Once we have that data on hand, I will make a few tweaks to this device accordingly. Once all is ready, let us put a decisive end to this incident. Right, so... Was that it? No, go to Tatsuma to look for clues. Is that for... Hang on. Have we gone back to this thing here? That's that one. I think we did. Yeah, I think that was all I had to do for that one then. Brilliant. Okay, all that. If that was all. Sometimes I find known how quick and easy some of these little quests that I've got hanging around were to finish. I would have done them a long time ago. Never mind. Let's go and do this. Go and look for clues.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Xavier, what are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Do you know much about the Tatrasuna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Mechanic, huh? Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all the ensuing chaos.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
I am.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Yeah, pretty much. So, can I ask one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of a Kabukimono connected to the Tatrasuna?
A Kabukimono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a Kabukimono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
So there's no more Kabukimono. Did the Balladeer really manage to erase himself from history completely? If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back to the way it was, but so far it looks like the majority of changes have only affected himself. Well, thank you, Xavier.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for.
Time to go back and see Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Alright, thank you, Paimon.
Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
We will. I just want to quickly collect up some of these because I need them for Kazuha. Is that just the one? Might be more over there. Is this more over there? I think there might be. Oh, there's a chest here as well. Let's just quickly do a bit of a chest, shall we? Oh, I froze myself on that one. That was a bit stupid, wasn't it? I wasn't. Oh no, I messed this one up. Okay, that's fine. We can do this. We can do this, and then take it down. Oh, I'm going to get burning here in a moment. There's that. Okay. Oh, there's a guy over there. There we go. Okay, not the most elegant of starts, but you know, we got there. Right, give me that chest.
Ooh, will we find any firework materials in here?
Oh, what was that? A radish. Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of stuff here. Let's grab. Oh, got another mysterious conch. I still don't know what those are for. Actually, I've been picking up a few of them. Mysterious conches. There's another one. Is this going to be another one? No, it's just more of that time. I don't know what those are for, but I'll take them. Right, yeah, let me just grab a couple of these and then we'll get on with the story. Hey! Where did they come from? Oh no, oh no, oh no, hold on. Oh no, oh my god. Please, shield.
Leave it all to me. Here comes the catch. Fire hazard.
Oh, this was a bad one to walk into. There we go. Now we've got them down. Wow. It just wrecked me there. That was a bad combination to be standing in water facing those two. I guess that's why they did it, didn't they? Oh, I got more. Okay, hold on. This one should be easy to deal with. Ow. Okay. There's a bunch of chests in here. Hold on, who's this guy? Hello, just gotta take these chests. Cannot interact with objects. Ah, I'll probably have to speak to this guy first. Whoa there, wait a second, can I just open these chests as you please? Are these your chests? What's inside? They're filled with all kinds of treasure carefully gathered by me. If you want to open them, that can be arranged, however first you have to give me something in exchange. You want more, or what would you like then? What I want is a kind of conch. Oh, you should be able to find plenty of them around the beach. If you want to open the treasure chest, get your hands on what's inside, bring me some of those conches in exchange. But I'm not going to tell you what's inside. What treasure you end up with will come down to how lucky you are. What do you think? If you want to open the treasure chest, just hand me some conches. Well, my good man, I just so happen to have been picking some up. Do you have some conches for me? I do. There was 3 of them. Sure, take them. 1 for each chest, I guess. Nice one. These are just the kind of conches I wanted. Go ahead, pick a treasure chest and open it. Only 1 chest. Can't I open all of them? Sorry, these chests are 1 at a time, I'm afraid. Okay, go ahead and take a pick. Best of luck. Oh, alright. Well, I say we go for the centre one.
What do we have here?
Wheat. Wow. I'm sorry, man. I think you're from one of the chests. I hope you got lucky. So you're collecting these conches? Bingo, yes, I am collecting them. But I can't tell you why for now. Is there something special about them? From a business point of view, there most certainly is. Conches that were once influenced by Tatsugami. So that's sure to fetch a good price. Anyway, provide me with conches, I provide you with chests. Got it? Anyway, that's your opportunity this time around used up. If you want to open another chest, come back with some more conches later on. Well, I mean, I have some right now. Take them. Something the matter? Oh, I guess I have to wait. Why then? Don't forget, conches for chests, conches for chests. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to mark this on the map, because I will otherwise forget. Let's do a little thing here, a little luck thing. There we go. Just remind me there's something there. Interesting. Well, I was just then saying I had no idea what the conches are for. Now I know. I'm intrigued. Wow. Seriously though, wheat was not lucky. Not lucky at all then. Okay then, I think we move on.
Hey, it's them.
Well, these two again.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Are you still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
As long as I don't have to read more. I never did get around to reading that second one. I don't even know if I've still got it, but I'm sure it was very interesting.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
I feel bad because I read the first one all the way through, and I was like, "Oh, I like to read all these things." I get into the story, and then he gave me a second one, which was just as long, and I was like, "I can't read this. It's too long." I feel bad because I do like to get into the story at most times, but that was just a lot of reading to go in one go.
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Well, of course it is.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect. These two have researched Tatarasuna's past. Let's hear what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
The article that you let me read last time was great. Can I read it again? Oh, God.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Oh, God. It's real long. This is the one that I didn't read, isn't it? Aqua's one. Oh my God, it's got abstracts, glossaries. Okay, let's read the abstract. That's what you do when you need to know whether the paper is important. Read the abstract. The Tatarasuna area has always been a major pillar of Inazuma's smithing industry. 2 incidents have occurred here, and details behind the first are vague at best. I believe, however, that there might be a hidden history behind the events that transpired. Hence, this paper will attempt to analyse what may have unfolded from the available data. I can tell you that's not a very good abstract. Abstracts tend to be a lot more detailed than that. Glossary introduction. Body, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm gonna skim read this, because otherwise it's gonna be too long. Okay, right, I've just had a kind of a read through of it. It's difficult to kind of know whether it's different because this is the one that I didn't bother reading last time, so...
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Oh dear, I can't... This is the one that I read, but I can't read it again. Now there is this text in yellow, which I'm assuming is maybe highlighting some differences. Let me have a look. Okay, yeah, we did read this one. Okay, so Mizuyaki hid his grin. Upon hearing this, Niwa released the lizard from his hand into Katsure's palm. Just as more words were to be exchanged, someone came walking nearby, their footsteps steady and confident. The head that appeared by the door was that of one from abroad. The newcomer placed some lunch boxes to one side, nodded and made to leave. Katsuragi called out after him, "So what about your meal? You're not hungry?" The man smiled upon hearing Katsuragi's words. "I already ate. I hope that you, my lords, may also find the time to sate your hunger soon. You are our guest, sir. To see you help with these trifling matters fills me with embarrassment," Niwa said with sincerity. The man smiled as if it was no matter. Then with a nod he departed. Now, I can't remember exactly what it said before. I remember them having lunchboxes and him saying he wants to eat, but I think the response is a bit different. Possibly. Okay, so I've just figured out something. This was the thing, because I mentioned this one before, that something that we had this kind of shipwreck here, there was nothing but half an arm was left, and it lands with a plop. This time it's saying the mechanic's feet, whereas before it was I forgot what the name was for it, the Machimono, well, yeah, whatever that word was, I forget what it was, because I was about him saying, straining against the urge to take a bite. So it looks like it's just changed the person who's involved here. I think that's really all that's happening. Is this going to mention the mechanic as well? No, it doesn't. I'm not sure whether that's different. Okay. What have they got to say about it? Hopefully they'll give us a little summary. Content has changed. Another effect of tampering with the information in Irminsul. The Balladeer City to raise 2 of his names. If he really succeeded, he must have taken all of his might, but still...
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler, remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma, so how about we tell them what we learned?
Sure.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
You tell the 2 writers what you learned about the Raiden Gokuden and Tachibana's story.
So many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, so it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amenoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
No, but this is a tale of revenge. You should appreciate that at least, with your dramatic sensibilities.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
You've got some things to take care of. Bye for now.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Okay, now we need to go and talk to Nahida. It's difficult how much information we can give out because we can't let on about Greater Lord Rukkhadevada. Because that same sort of thing happened to Rukkhadevada that is now happening to the Balladeer. So we've got to be careful with the information because we can't tell everything to Nahida. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get around that.
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma.
I was investigating the situation with the Balladeer.
The Balladeer? This sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even Nahida doesn't remember. Just like last time, any changes to Irminsul affect her as well. The Balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I am the record keeper.
Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. With a heavy heart, you piece back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. There was once was one named the Balladeer, created by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatrasuna, the Balladeer, thinking that he had been thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength, then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with a gnosis and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered the Irminsul and learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
Alright, so she still remembers the fight, but not who was there.
Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because... well, because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it.
It's the kind of person to wear a big hat, I'd say.
The Traveler comes from a world beyond Teyvat. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
You can say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. We were enemies after all. I don't know his perspective on all this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything, or save someone, or did he want to completely undo his existence? Everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Greater Lord Rukkhadevada erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it another way, I know why the balladeer was so sure it could work, but I can't tell them that.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
I just feel empty. He chose such a radical option, and yet...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes.
Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try.
It's difficult to imagine someone who's grown up with so much hate just being able to leave it behind, even though logically they know that they weren't deserving of it. That kind of strong emotion that you carry for so long, it can be difficult to get rid of that, even if you know that you should.
The story makes sense. Every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
So, I mean, so far, I must say I dislike Balladeer. I just don't like him. His story is real tragic, and it seems like he's trying to kind of put things right, but I still don't really like him that much. But I guess you've still got time for him to kind of grow, and maybe we'll change it. Well, maybe I'll change my opinion on him. I just don't like him. Yeah, he changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end could not be saved. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life, or did he wish he'd never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Surprisingly, the information is presented to you in a way that resembles a fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
Well, this matches everything I said.
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact.
Yeah, Kabuki Mono, that was the word I was trying to remember earlier.
Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. The now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night, and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree, who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin."
This is horrific.
The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Oh, that's a
Solved it!
tragic tale. Yeah, that matches what we know.
I remember now. This is not just the balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
I've never had this feeling before. Feels like life is as insignificant as a feather.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it. Come on, Traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
Well, if you say so, but
It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Well, thank you, Paimon. That's much appreciated. Well, that will wait until next time. Yeah, thank you for watching this one. Another longish one again. But there's so much plot going on. We have to kind of keep in as much as we can. So that's, yeah, it's all falling into place. Maybe there's still lots of questions to be answered. I'm not really sure what's going on yet. But we'll find out more in the next one. So I'll see you soon. Goodbye.